Welcome to our finalists for Photojournalism Award of the Year. These are the top 5. We went from 8 to 5, and the next week we will have the top 3 in the winner. And we are going to start by going over these. We do have tornadoes in 3 of them, but they really make for an impactful storytelling device. And so we were going to start with this one, which from the moment that it came across the entries, and I brought, usually what happens is the entries come in and I will drop them into a folder and then import them into Lightroom so that they're all cataloged and I can look at them. And the first time that I saw this one come across, there's just so much going on here. It's so dark. The cars are all stopped and like pulled off, and there's a wedge that's probably half-mile wide or bigger in the distance. And it just looks like, the end of the world down there. And I love the glow of the lights off the road from the rain, and the trees tree on the left looks like it's blowing over, and there's something getting ripped off that roof. So maybe the tornado is just right there. And so maybe it's not I don't know how big it is. Maybe it's only like a quarter mile wide, but I didn't even notice that till just now. So I did not see that this roof is flying through the air at this moment, which is pretty crazy. So this is a great shot.
I mean, I think you covered it from start to finish. I think this is immersive from a safe position.
Yeah.
And that definitely gives you a lot of things to wonder about and to look at. So
yeah, a little closer than I usually get. I definitely see like the trees down here are getting, they're disappearing. And so this tornado is probably just right there, which is, for something this big, I do not like to get that close. I got close to the Holly tornado, but it was a little skinny stovepipe, and I was like, fine. But this is terrifying. I wouldn't mind seeing that this year, though. So, all right, we'll go on to this one. Jennifer, what do you think about this one?
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, I love the tones, the light, the layering, and, as a storm chaser, you see the photographer here, and you kind of put yourself in that position. It represents the thing that we love to do when we're getting out there. So it feels a little like nostalgic and happy, even though there's like a big gnarly tornado right in the middle. But there's something about the little raindrops on the shirt and the light. It's, again, I feel like I should be hearing some birds chirping here as well. But there are a lot of really good and interesting, fun things in here. I like the layers, I like the depth, and the personification with the body in there. I think it's just really, really well done.
Yeah, I would say the same, like what you said about the birds, because the landscape in the foreground almost feels like it's so calm and peaceful, but in the background there's a big mean tornado. So, but I think it captures the storm chasing perspective very good here. There's a guy standing in the wind, it's raining, and he's just capturing what he loves. The passion is there. But in the first round, I didn't have these thoughts about the paradox in this one with the wild tornado and the peaceful scene in the landscape. I don't know why. I think sometimes you need to relook over an image again and again and again. So, interesting for me as well. So,
Yep. No, I love it. And a good control of the light on this one too, because you can tell it seems really bright on the other side of the tornado, and there's light coming in from the left. And so not getting it completely like blown out, but everything kind of balanced really, really good. Another one here is just another good monster tornado ripping up a field. Luckily, it's not hitting those houses right there, but this one looks like it probably hit something at some point. But the car is driving away from this tornado. It's just another great, kind of storytelling image. This tornado is wreaking havoc and people are racing out of the way. It's so dark too. It's just so dark in there.
Yeah, the contrast here is one of the things I noticed the most. Like that tornado is so contrasty with that backlight. You've got the collar around it with a little of the light on the top. I feel like it's pretty well balanced despite being so contrasty. So I appreciate that as well.
Yep. All right, we'll go on to this one. I believe the last two have to deal with Hurricane Helene and aftermath of that, the flooding in North Carolina. I can't remember. I feel like an idiot.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, North Carolina. So this is just, I'm assuming from raging rivers and flooding, and the story it tells about water is just, and what it can do is just incredible. In fact, I think I can see back here on the right, it looks like, you know, the edge of like whatever flowed through here and ripped up this as well. So these two people staring at, you know, you want to make up a story, like they're staring at what their house used to be or something that they owned. And I wouldn't even know what to think at the time. So it's a kind of a heartbreaking image without really knowing, you know, the people or what happened.
I don't know if this was on the news in the United States. I think 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I think the big flooding catastrophe in Germany was more than 150 people died in it. It's in a very similar landscape environment. It happened in the same landscape environment, and this image remembers me on this day. It was very I was at work, and I'm a meteorologist, and I had to deal with these stories the whole day, and it was horrible.
Yikes.
Yeah. And this reminds me of the first images on the next day too. So the impact for me is very big here. So the story behind this. Without the people, it would be a good documentation shot of the damage, but this tells the story that the people are on. It seems they can't believe what happened there. So it's a good shot for this story. Yeah.
All right, Jennifer, you want to close us out talking about this one?
Wow. It's such a different type of shot than what we get in this competition. The aerial shot. You know, when you're looking at some photography competitions, some have an aerial landscape category because there are so many artful ways that you can capture a scene from the sky. And I think this is a very excellent example of that. Corner to corner, you know, the way that it's composed, it's very clear what this is communicating, and it also makes you wonder what it was like in that house, if someone was in that house during all of this. You know, a really powerful photojournalistic image makes you think, it makes you ask questions, it puts stories into your mind. And I think this accomplishes that while also just being a visually stunning shot. So congratulations to this image maker. It's really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's incredible. It makes you, it's kind of this juxtaposition of so much destruction and all these beautiful trees, and then the house somehow withstood it. But then you got to think some of those trees must have landed on the house, and it's kind of, you wonder if they had pushed some off already, or if it got lucky and no trees hit the house. Like, it's incredible photo. So congratulations to our top 5, and looking forward to figuring out how you pick a winner from all of these, because they're all pretty awesome. Good luck to everybody, and we'll let you know next week.